Tonight, a Vanderbilt University professor sharing a story of hope and how President George H.W. Bush changed the course of her life as a young girl. Larissa DeSantis suffered from epilepsy. It was her struggle with that disorder that brought her face to face with the president in the Oval Office. Alan Frio joins us from Vanderbilt tonight. Alan, this is one meeting that is going to stay with her for a lifetime.
Yeah, you know, it's practically etched in her mind. Larissa DeSantis suffered dozens and dozens of seizures every single day. In fact, she was a spokesperson for the National Epilepsy Foundation at the time, and she asked President Bush for two special favors, and he granted both of them eventually. This 1989 meeting with President Bush is etched in Larissa DeSantis' memory. At 9 years old, she was a spokesperson for the Epilepsy Foundation, asking the president to sign the Americans with Disabilities Act. For the first time in her young life, it took the most powerful man in the world to treat her as a normal child, not an epileptic.
We just had this, sort of wonderful conversation, and he treated me like any other kid, which meant a lot because at the time I was having 30 to 40 seizures a day and wasn't always treated as if I was normal. He treated me just like one of his grandkids, I presume.
Shortly after that meeting, the president signed ADA into law.
He didn't just inspire me, but he passed this incredible piece of legislation which has allowed folks with disabilities to basically live in a world in which discrimination is not allowed.
Larissa missed school that day. She also asked the president for another favor, which he granted on the spot.
Do you think it would be possible for you to write me an absence?
Oh, absolutely.
Walked over to his desk and let me pick out which stationery. He asked for my teacher's name. He wrote this note, and he wrote, "Dear Mrs. Tressel, please excuse Larissa. You see, she came to see me. Sincerely, George Bush."
Larissa never got the chance to thank the president for passing the ADA. That chance came at a celebration marking the 25th anniversary of its signing. She read this letter to the president.
Thank him for passing the ADA, thank him for inspiring me, and thanking him for sort of changing the lives of millions of Americans.
Just a great story. Now, Larissa largely credits the president for instilling a sense of persistence in her as well. And she said when she was watching the funeral today, she broke down many times. The president meant that much to her.
Understandably. Alan Frio, thank you very much. Such a great story, and that video is just precious. Well,